Hello everyone, welcome back to the Avalon Game Project. So yesterday we have finished the last state, the game setup state, and we have decided to entirely separate, not game setup, I'm sorry, endgame state. And we have decided to entirely separate the concerns of the state and the services. So we basically thought that to leave only basically one service call in each of the hooks so that we could keep things clear and separate the concerns. So my plan is to go back step by step and to verify if we have followed this pattern, and if not, let's do some refactoring. So endgame state is pretty good. Then let's take a look at the quest voting state. The quest voting state, I think we have made some mistakes. For example, here we are validating the payload, which I guess it's open for debate. So if the state should know if this is a valid event, but in my opinion, also as we have established in the game state, that the state should care about the event type and whether this event is a valid. Like if the payload is valid, I think this is a concern of the service. So I think the state only we validate things that we care. Like for example, if in the future we decide to add something new to the payload of let's for example here say we decide to add I don't know, what can we add to a quest vote? Maybe say timestamp, right? So should we be making changes to a state for us adding a new key to the payload of an event? I believe the answer should be no. So we really shouldn't be caring about, well, the state at least shouldn't care about the every single details. As long as it's the right type, it should pass it on and let the subsequent service to care about all the rest of the things. Like for example, once the event is passed to the mission service, I think the mission service should have full confidence in the event is the type of example here, quest vote costed. It should not worry about the event type is not correct. Thus, if it receives a invalid payload, it shouldn't be worried about, okay, if this is a valid event but only but a different type. So I think in this way we could make things much cleaner. So if we were to remove this, and I think here it should not be save mission vote, more like I think I want to do some refactor. This should be called this should be called handle quest vote costed. So let's do the refactor and close there. So I think we missed the so actually this should no longer be these parameters. We should only this should get an event, and so in this case we know for a fact that so in this case we can do the auto validations and everything here. And in this way the I think the state itself is much cleaner. So I forgot, so okay, we don't have event here. Perfect. Yeah, I just want to make sure that we keep the function naming consist. So of course this should be quest. We will be renaming this. Okay, let's take another. Let's think a bit. So is mission voted? Is quest vote completed? Yeah, I think because we're handling quest vote, right? Quest vote completed. Okay, I think this is much better. So here, yeah, I remember we were having issues with this particular name. So actually, I know we don't want if-else's, but I think here, okay, let's rename this first. As missions completed, I don't think this is a good idea. You know what? Let's try to ask ChatGPT about this. Okay, so let's ask. Okay, I need to name a function which determines if any team has won 3 out of 5 quests. How should I be naming this function? Okay, let's see what ChatGPT gives us. Has team won majority, is winning team, is quest majority achieved, is winning team, has team won majority quests, particularly has team won majority quests. Yikes. Oh, and we shouldn't be naming this mission service. We had decided to name this quest service, right? So let's refactor this. This is to quest service. And here as well, quest service. Same as here. Refactor, rename, quest service. Handle quest vote, is quest vote completed. What was ChatGPT saying? Has team won, is quest majority achieved? What about has won majority quest? has one majority of quests. Yeah. Actually, so this is already quest service. I think has one majority should be clear enough, right? So I think I'll keep it that way. Also, this is what I'm thinking. So I know we want to short circuit the, well, I don't think to early return this. But frankly speaking, in this case, we have 3 branches in parallel. So I wonder if we put an if else is more clear here. So let's see, else if quest has one majority, then we go to we go to the end game state, else we go to the leader assignment state. I think this is more this is clearer, right? So first of all, we check if the quest vote completed. If not, we return ourselves. Like basically, we stay we stay with the same state. We remain the same state. And if the quest has one majority, the game has ended. If else we simply go back to the leader assignment. Yeah, I think this is good. And here, I think I would rather go here and remove this function entirely, because we wanted to have something like handle on enter, no, just on enter quest voting state. So we're going to refactor this. Oh, wait. Enter quest voting state. Let's refactor this. And instead of broadcast this, let's rename something to on exit quest voting state. So in this case, we really shield everything from these. And here, of course, we can keep this, but I think this would pollute. So this would pollute the documentation. So there is there are some people in the industry advocating for not having documentation. The reason being, it is maintaining documentation is very expensive. The amount of time people spent on reviewing it, guarding it, updating it, it takes a very, very long time, and oftentimes, often than usual, the documentation doesn't really help, doesn't really make people understand what is going on. But I think some documentation definitely helps. But here, I really question the need of documentation. I still do it out of habit, but the thing is, what this question state actually do, I think when we implement the quest service, we really want to move these to the actual quest service for it to explain or enter the say for example the or enter the quest voting state what happens and what are we implementing here. So I'll still keep it here, but we will do some refactoring on this. I think what we do here, so handles what kind of events, we don't really care because we already, the code is more than clear. I think the only thing I would explain here is the quest voting state is in this state we basically we broadcast. So actually, you know what? Let me actually change this. So broadcast the quest voting has started. Notify the team members and notify team members. Then notify members. Actually, no. It does three things: notify members and wait until collect and wait until all quest votes are collected. Then broadcast actually transition from broadcast collected wait until exit rather than wait until team members. Wait until all quests. Wait until all quest votes are collected. Then broadcast the results. Started. Wait until all quest votes are collected and broadcast results. Transitions to or this depend based on if a team has one majority of quests. What they're not having the majority. Okay, the majority of quests. Okay, So these, I think I'll move it to, actually, you know what, I'll do it now. We move it to, let's put it here. We'll deal with it. Oh God, no, what did I do? What did I do? No. Okay. Okay, so let's come back. Let's just do this. Let's keep this. Let's keep the documentation format consistent. Transitions from, we don't care about this one. Broadcast assassination started. Broadcast assassination started pending for assassin. Started actually pending, we don't really care because this is part of the announcement. Wait until the assassin picks a target. Then target. Calculate and broadcast the game results. Right. Yeah, I think this is much. This is also more understandable. Okay. A few tests has failed, especially test QuestVotingState. Let's go fix that. Test QuestVotingState. What has changed? So of course, first of all, I think we need to remove a few tests. So this definitely is no longer valid. So this is no longer called mission service. We should refactor it to quest service. Game state. Yeah. Refactor this. In the game state. Yeah, good. This is also changed. We actually no longer need an event because we no longer verify the payload, but actually let's just delete the payload. Okay, so once we have that, this is just called with event. Mission completed. Also only called with event. Not completed. This has a problem. Okay. enter and assert code with game ID. This is no longer valid. Yep, so yeah, okay. So all tests are fixed. I think I'm pretty happy with the QuestVotingState now. So what is the next one? The round voting. Okay, let's go take a look. So the RoundVotingState. Close out the tabs so that we can keep focused. Again, let's start with fixing these. So transitions from leader assignment state, broadcast the team proposal, then collect all votes. And wait for all votes are casted. Votes are cast. Okay. Transitions to depends on the vote results. Okay, this one's pretty clean. I like it. So this is not mission voting state. Let's rename this to quest voting state. Quest voting state. Same as here. Actually, copy paste. It would be much easier. Quest voting state, run service, we are good. So we still validate the event type, and we do not validate the payload anymore as agreed. Don't worry, I think, so with all those code, I think the introducing a validation package would make things much easier. All we have to do is to define the payload of each event. So I think I'll put it here. It's basically the validation. So actually, I can even change this to events, right? So we could have a events package, and we can define the each event structure there. But that's for later. So now we have verified if the type is vote casted. So round service, we want to refactor this to handle round vote casted. It's okay, the good ChatGPT. Okay, my bad. Let's change everything. Oh my god. Oh no. Okay. Round vote cast. Quest vote cast. Do we have anything else? Cost. Oh, quest voting cost. Actually, we have to change this as well. Actually, you know, here, what we should do is do this. This is much cleaner. yeah. Oh, actually, we should refactor the name here. Cost refactor. Okay, round voting. Let's come back. Yeah. So again, I think changing it here is we're following the basically single source of truth, the principle. So the whole reason we're using a enum is so that we define the string value in a single place. We do not want to change it all over the place. So here we made a mistake of typing down the actual value of enum. It loses the whole point of having a enum. Okay, so once we have here, I think this is handle round vote cost, and we only care about the event. So actually, same here. We can change. Okay. So in the quest voting, we call it is quest vote completed. Is round vote completed. Let's just keep the same pattern. Vote completed. Yeah, I think we'll follow the same if else pattern. So here else if if the proposal, yeah, I don't want to call the proposal passed. Let's name it approved. Like we approve a proposal, not pass a proposal. Actually, you know what? Let's again. I'm not a native speaker, so whatever ChatGPT says. So should we say proposal passed or approved? By this slide, passed usually implies the proposal went through a voting process. Approved. Okay. Apparently, passed is much better. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so if it passed, we proceed on. Quest voting state. If not, we return back to the leader assignment state. So and here on enter, we actually rename this to enter round voting state. Okay, so quest voting, it has on enter and on exit. So quest voting, on enter it announces it's ended, on exit it announces it's ended. I think same thing should happens to the round voting state as well. So in my opinion, we should actually have another on exit and to actually create this. Okay, to actually have this method, but we're missing tests, so let's go. Yeah, so at this moment, I'm pretty happy with the round voting state, and by the look of it, so this and the quest voting state is basically the same thing. It's with different naming, but in my opinion, abstract those two very similar states, to me has absolutely zero value. Even though they're similar, they actually care about different stuff. Like I mean, it's a game. It's a game of voting. Of course, we're gonna have lots of vote, and oftentimes the round voting and the quest the quest voting are very similar. But having those together, does it really make things clearer, or make people make the whole code base more confusing? To me, it's the latter. Even though like the logic, it's basically identical, but here we can easily identify, okay, what are we doing here? We want to make sure, okay, is the round vote completed? If it's completed, let's verify if the proposal has passed, and if it actually passed, we go to the quest voting state, and if it has not passed, actually we have to do something here. I think we need to add something more, because round has another characteristic, which is if this is the last round, the evil team automatically wins. So now we have to do something like this. We have to change this a little bit. So if the proposal is not passed and is last round, we will have to create this. Okay. Is the proposal passed? And so if the proposal is not passed and this is the last round, we immediately go to yes. Sorry, what I'm thinking is that how do we separate the concerns of a handle vote cost and handle round vote cost and exit voting state? Because again, so here we probably are going to save the cost, save the round vote, and to basically save it somewhere, so that here we could go into the database and verify if we have all the if we have to basically count the vote and to count the vote. Here, since we already have a round entry, I believe we should do it here. So we could potentially, we could verify this way. Yeah, okay. I think I'm a little bit concerned. This might be confusing, so let's see if not is a proposal passed. So this proposal is not passed and it is the last round. So then we no, this is not right. This is absolutely not right. We can't do this. So if the proposal passed, we go to the round voting nevertheless. If it passed, we go to the quest voting, no problem. But if it's not passed, then we have a problem. If actually here it's or. Right. Yeah, I think this is much better. So is the last round? No, actually, if it is last round, we don't even need to go to QuestVotingState anymore. We go back to the leader assignment. Only it's the next mission. So does leader assignment know when quest completed? No, at that point we won't even pass the leader assignment state an event. It would. So no, we didn't thought this through, or I didn't think this through. So okay, I had to think more about it. So, okay, I think this is a more fundamental question. How do two states communicate with each other? So how does the next, wait a second. So the leader assignment state takes care of either create or not create a mission, but definitely create a round, start a new round, but it does not know whether to start a mission. Maybe we could put the complexity to the leader assignment state, because it's so when the torch is passed, when the baton is passed to this state, it should go back and check if, so what happens to the last last mission of this game. So has the last mission completed? If that's the case, it should start a new mission. If not, it just starts a new round. But this would give the round voting state some extra work for it. So on exit, so if this is indeed the last round, it needs to update the current mission state. Then the next state can go and check if there's that. Yeah, I think that's a pretty clear separation. Okay, let's do that. So yeah, I think I'll keep it this way, and I'll move these to the handle roundabout cast. Okay, we have this. Let's see which tests are failing. Test round voting, of course, we have all the, yeah, so we no longer need this. And the payload is just an empty dictionary. Again, this should not be quest voting state. We should name it to not mission voting state, but quest voting state. Wait, no. QEST. Quest voting state. Okay, so what are we missing? We no longer need to verify all these good events. Actually, we round not voted. We want to verify handle round vote cast. Yes. Is round vote complete? Yes. Is proposal passed? No. Okay. So I think this is correct. Here, all we need to do is to delete all these. and leave it that way. Proposal rejected, doesn't really matter. Invalid event type, of course we still want to keep this. This is no longer valid, so we just delete it entirely. So in this case things are passing again, good. Okay, so I think this is good. Now we go to the team selection state. The team selection state, no, here. Team selection state. We don't need this. Transitions from leader assignment state. Broadcast. Team. Broadcast the leader. The leader is choosing a leader. Broadcast the leader proposing team. Collect all votes. Then broadcast proposal. The leader is choosing a team. Transitions to round voting state. Okay, so round voting state. This is rather important. Yeah, why did I name it round voting? Yeah, it's bad. Anywho, we validate the type. No, actually, it handle team proposal submitted. Let's do all the refactoring. It handles the so on exit team selection. So at this point this event is already have that. So yeah, we really don't need a on exit, because so once we receive this event, everything's done. Or we could potentially just save the proposal, then broadcast it in a both are fine. You know what, I think, did we forget to test the on exit here, round voting state? We did not test any of those. Oh no. How about quest voting? Enter. Exit. Okay. We can copy paste to round voting. So RoundVotingState. So of course this is leader assignment, quest voting, and this would be RoundVotingState. Okay, so this is enter QuestVotingState, exit QuestVotingState. Do we have anything passing? No, of course not. Quest service not found. Why? Oh yeah, because it's round, so it's round service. Place all. We run the tests still. Okay, what's the problem? Mock object has no exit voting state. Exit quest voting state. Exit quest service, yeah. Exit quest voting state. Why? Why doesn't have it? Exit quest voting. Oh, of course. Here we're looking for exit round voting state. Yeah, of course. So once we have this, everything's to pass. Okay, cool. Round voting, team leader assignment. Do we have on enter and on close? Oh no, we missed these two. Oh god, bad, very bad. Oh, because it doesn't have any. Oh no, this is a leader assignment. No. Round voting, team selection. Yes, team selection. We have one on enter. Test team selection. Do we have on enter? Test on enter. Yes, we do. Nice. Okay, so leader assignment. I almost want to leave this to next day. Okay, I think today we have worked long enough. So again, I think. So to recap, some of you might wonder why am I doing all this without doing some real work. So my argument is that in real world, at work, especially when the team is big, well, not even the team is big, like you have a couple of people and you step on each other's toes and you write code every day. You want to be almost OCD about your code. Because this is just typing. One single mistake, the whole thing would crash. So I definitely see this kind of sometimes. Seriously, I think the word OCD is some actually severe OCD symptoms with the senior devs that they just insist to keep things consistent, to keep patterns consistent. And I myself really enjoy this, and I think that's one of the major reasons why I enjoy to be a software engineer, is so that I could make things in their right form, in their right place in my little world. And the benefit of these, except for, of course, very satisfying looking. Other than that, I think the benefit is it's so easy. So when you read the code, it eliminates the noises as much as possible. You're not surprised. So let me give you an example. As a non-native English speaker, I definitely see people when they talk to me, they're surprised on the words I use, the order of words coming out. Where do I put my pause? So they're surprised, and so they have to spend more energy talking to me. So, and we want to avoid that. We want to avoid to help people to use to be distracted as little as possible when they read our code, because it's already a pretty complicated project. We're literally exchanging ideas by writing things down while having the computer to understand it. It's an extremely hard task, and so all these seems to be redundant or even useless changes. I think it definitely pays out in the long run. I myself haven't got to the place where I do things right the first time, and that's I definitely aim to be. But I would highly encourage anyone or everyone watching this to be as much OCD as possible. And if that's not appreciated, you're not in the right team. Okay, so yeah, good work today, and see you guys next time. Bye.